Game number 30, Portugal against Korea. They've never met, or they've only met rather once before in the World Series, and that was in Hong Kong. That was way back 10 years ago. And Portugal won by 38 points to 7. But on evidence of what we've seen so far this weekend, well, Portugal have improved considerably even since those days. They came close to defeating New Zealand earlier on in the day. 2 tries scored by Gonçalo Foro. Joseph Gardner, the international fly half, has also shown up well, and they have the experience of Diego Matius, Federico Oliveira, Pedro Leal and Sebastião da Cunha, one of 11 brothers who have represented Portugal over the years. Korea still looking for their first win of the weekend. Heavy defeats to New Zealand and France, but they'll still battle away under the captaincy of number 2, Kim Jong-min. They were bold winners here back in 1991, and they've won the first of this season's 2 tournaments in the Asian Rugby 7 series. So, a country where rugby may be a minor sport, but it's certainly a growing sport as well. And greater exposure at this level can only augur well for Korea, or South Korea rather. David Smolczewski from Canada is the referee for this match. Portugal, the Los Lobos, the Wolves, play Korea. Neither have any hopes of proceeding into the main cup competition, but it's all about points at the pool stage to determine who plays who on the final day of competition, with 4 trophies to play for: the cup, the plate, the bowl and the shield. Portugal playing in white, kick off through Pedro Leal, the man who's had experience with Brive in the past in France, now plays for the Director club, international fullback. Korea in determined mood and quite capable of scoring tries. Young Kwon-wo, international lock forward in 15s. Oh, well taken there by Kim Jong-min, the captain. Solid tackle coming in on him, and he's livid with himself for dropping that one. Just as a little pointer, I actually was standing next to him at breakfast this morning, and he dropped his cereal bowl, so I'm not really surprised. No disrespect to young Kim Jong-min, but I had to have a little giggle at that. So Leal feeds the scrum. It's to 5 meters inside the Portugal 22. Mr. Smolczewski, a little fussy perhaps, but insisting that the scrum be taken on the mark. And of course the referees do come under scrutiny, close scrutiny here, and as it is a breeding ground for the development of players, it's also a breeding ground and a development for referees. And look at this, Kim Won-young, remembered for a fantastic try against South Africa on day 1 here 2 seasons ago. He had to work hard for that one. He worked hard for this one too. 3rd try then in his World Series career. They've played a lot of other tournaments, of course. Far more experience than the statistics suggest. So, confident opening then for Korea. A good take at the scrum, spun out quickly from Park Won-young, and Kim Won-young pinned back his ears and found the gap. Good try. So Korea restart. Well taken by Adrito Estevez. You can see that a lot of these teams, they employ a specific player to take the restarts. Gonçalo Foro did so well against New Zealand earlier today, and there was a buzz around the Sokompo Stadium when it looked as if Portugal might well steal a march on the Commonwealth Games champions New Zealand. Much fancied New Zealand here at Hong Kong. Joe Gardner just about manages to get the ball away, and Foro just about manages to keep the ball in play. There's a gap. Park Wan-young had stepped out of the defensive line. Diego Mateus, one of the Mateus twins. David is also in the squad. Leal to thinking about the pass to Estevez, but Estevez was a decoy runner. There he is, big Adderito Estevez. He's put on some weight in recent seasons, and he's now a permanent fixture in the 7 squad. He was in and out of the squad 2 or 3 seasons ago. Gardner quickly taken to Sebastião de Cunha, the latest, if not the last, of the de Cunha brothers to represent Portugal. Well taken by Pedro Leal, somewhere above his head, weaving his way over the Korean try line. And Portugal back in the hunt here. Try created initially, Sebastião de Cunha. Gardner, fly half in 15s, lobbed the high pass out to Pedro Leal, who played here in the Rugby World Cup semis of 2005 and again in Dubai in 2009. So 5 points against Korea's 7. Just the conversion separating the teams with 2.5 minutes remaining of the first half. Change of tactic, the kick downfield this time, centre field. Foro. Portugal again having possession on the Korean 22. Digging deep there is Diogo Mateus. Korea, they know they must release the player. Federico Oliveira wastes no time. The man from Lisbon University. Adderito Estevez out to Leal, Sebastião de Cunha. No way through for the big man from the Belenenses club. Good counter-rucking by Korea and by the captain Kim Yong-min, a flanker in 15s, most experienced player perhaps in the Korean squad. Still danger here. There is the man I was referring to, the Korean captain. This is adventurous play from Korea. A kick into space. You often see teams, certainly not the best teams on the circuit, kicking the ball away. Has to be a penalty. Straight down on the defensive player, Leal. He's got support from Sebastião de Cunha. Looks promising here for Portugal once again. A chance for them to take the lead, perhaps. Adderito Estevez, a high-stepping Adderito Estevez, powerful Adderito. Well, doesn't have the pace perhaps that he has had in the past, but he does extremely well to hold the ball up for Sebastião de Cunha to cross for Portugal's second try, round under the posts. But that try was created by Adderito Estevez, the patience of Estevez, and then the finishing of Sebastião de Cunha. Estevez stands at 1 meters 93. And so does this guy, Sebastião de Cunha, the 2 tallest players in the Portuguese squad. There they are. Estevez and Foro on that occasion. Just a shade shorter than Estevez. There is Gonçalo Foro looking to add to his 2 tries against New Zealand. Joe Gardner looking to get in on the act, but it's Federico Oliveira who's over. And another try for Portugal. Well worked once again. And the pressure came on right from the restart. Good into passing. Joe Gardner certainly made a difference to this Portuguese side. Federico Oliveira, centre in 15s. Good skills, good try. So the kick is missed, but having seen Korea score a try early on, Portugal have come back and scored 3 of their own. They lead Korea at half-time by 17 points to 7. Thumbs up, everyone ready for the restart. Kim Wan-young gets the second half underway, taken by one of the shortest guys on the park for Portugal, Diogo Mateus. Over 50 caps for Portugal, and away goes Park Wan-young. One more man to beat. Oh, Good tackle from Pedro Leal. Portugal almost caught napping there. Federico Oliveira sets it up. And as is often the case, you see teams counter from their own 22 and score a breakaway try, and that could be the case here. The long striding Gonzalo Foro, lovely green boots, covering the grass. Gonzalo Foro, just as it looked as if Korea were going to get back into this match, they coughed up possession, and Gonzalo Foro brings it away for Portugal and extends their lead with the first try of the second half. But what a tackle that was, and that was the tackle that not only prevented a try, a certain try, but created the opportunity for Portugal to score a try of their own down the far end. And again, Gardner was involved. Very impressive. There's Joe Gardner. The pace of Gonzalo Foro took him away from the chasing Korean defender. And suddenly it's 24 points to 7. Ball not travelling the 10 metres, so Korea get the free kick on halfway. They try scoring. Kim Won-young, there he goes. Up to the Portugal 22, needs some support here. Clean ball, that's what's needed. Quick ball. It's all a little untidy. Oh Se-young, one of the newcomers in the Korean squad as far as the Hong Kong Sevens are concerned. Kim Sung-soo takes it into contact, and again the Korean support players slow in arriving. Thought a gap had opened up there for a second for Park. It certainly has for Kim Young-min, the captain. This game is not over by any means. That's a popular try with a crowd here at the Sokompo Stadium. Kim Young-min, that's his first try of the weekend, first try of his IRB series career. The gap seemed to open up for Park initially. Good pass from Kim Won-young. Flat pass. And at pace, Kim Young-min was over in a flash. 24-14 with the conversion. 4 minutes ago, 2 scores needed, not impossible. Pedro Neto Fernandez, to give him his full name. Long hanging kick from the restart, taken by Estevez. A solid tackle coming in from Yun Kwon Wo. He's played for the Asian Barbarians. Foro. Again, just holding it up. It's a rare mistake from Duarte Moreira, another member of the Belenenses club in Lisbon, the capital. And Buenos Aires made his debut here in Hong Kong, actually, 2 seasons ago. 2 years ago, I should say. Portugal at one stage, they were a core team in the IRB Sevens World Series. Swept out from Kim Won-young. A show on the goal from Kim Sung-soo. Again, Portugal take advantage of some loose play by the Koreans. Bring it away through Duarte Moreira. Jumping high was Park Won-young. Now then, Korea have men over here. If they move it wide quickly, they could take advantage. It was the international up forward, Yon, who was back there, and it's David Mateusz. Oh, who should have scored a simple try, and does get it in the end. But my goodness, that was so close. David Mateusz. Had the ball been moved quicker and had the pass gone to hand, who knows, but as is often the case, David Mateusz, at the second time of asking, that's a try for Portugal, which takes them out to 29 points. And this game is getting away from the Koreans as they prepare to make a substitution. It's another one of the newcomers, Yon Chido, preparing to come on. The kick dropped on Lee Seung-bai. the scrum half, young scrum half and captain of the junior Korean side at their World Cup 2 years ago. Away comes Kim Sung-soo. Again, it's the kick rather than the pass. He's got a heavy forward on his outside, which he didn't trust the internal lock forward. So here come Portugal. Oh, lovely pass from Moreira to Adarito Estevez. Lanky looping strides, taking a casual Adarito Estevez to the whitewash. And Portugal home and dry. They're out over the 30-point mark. It's 34 points to 14 with the conversion to come. So Portugal defeated France by 12 points to 5. They scored 12 against New Zealand, came very, very close, losing 19 points to 12. And it looks as if Korea are going to be on the wrong end of a thumping once again. But what exposure at this level, as I've said before, will produce dividends in the long run. Bronze medalist at the Asian Games in Guangzhou. To the semis of the second event of the Asian Rugby 7 Series in Borneo. Proud people, the Koreans. This Lee Seung-bai. Oh, good pace. He's kept the ball alive. Park. Big hit. In from I think it's Diogo. Or David Mateus, rather.
Ladies and gentlemen,
just a little improvement in technique perhaps, and the Koreans could well be competitive at this level. 24 teams in Hong Kong, of course, 16 of the more experienced teams on the circuit, and 8 aspiring nations, developing nations to all intents and purposes, and 1 or 2 invited nations as well. Good to see Malaysia back, and Spain as well, Mexico for the first time. It's a carnival of rugby over 3 days in Hong Kong. It's called was assumed the moniker of the granddaddy of all sevens tournaments. So we arrive at the final hooter. This will be the final play of the game. Korea looked good early on. They scored an early try through Kim Wan-yong, and then Leal and Acuna and Oliveira, the 3 tries before the break, set Portugal on their way. Could be 1 more score, perhaps. Time for 1 more score. Duarte Moreira going the long way round, but he's crowded out. The support comes in from Sebastião de Cunha. Width of the field here. Swept out to Adarito Estevez. Showing the ball in the face of the Korean defence, using his strength. But the Koreans will have none of it. Kim Yong-min was in there. And de Cunha, or Oliveira rather, wants to get it away quickly to Diogo Miranda. Now to Joe Gardner. Gardner's away. He won't be caught over halfway, over the 10-metre line, into the 22. Giving chase is Yeon Chi-do. But it's Portugal and Joe Gardner who'll have the final and last word. A comprehensive victory for the Portuguese. With a conversion to come, will take them over 40 points. There it is. The final act in this match. And Portugal have stepped up once again, buoyed by that close defeat at the hands of New Zealand. They've comprehensively won this match against Korea by 41 points to 14.